Hey, welcome back to the Side Goggle and Jack channel. I thought I'd talk about my little notebook and what I plan to be doing with this and with my journaling in the future. And we'll take it inside and do a little flip through as I set up what's next month? April. April is Monday. Hard to believe. So we'll go through where I'm at with my little bullet journal and what April will look like. I have ordered the full-size version of this. It's not the A5, it's kind of the narrow, I don't know, what do they call it, B6? I don't know. And I'm going to move my collection pages out of here and move that into that, so I'll have more room to take more notes about my cigar smoking and whiskey drinking and other collections that I might want to put in there. It'll be a couple of weeks before the other notebook comes in. So when that comes in, I think Amazon said it'd be April 16th. So around there, we will set it up with my new collection pages. All right, so let's take this inside and flip through it. This is the Traveler's Company passport size, and I ordered this one in Camel, which is a lighter color of brown. A lot of people get the dark brown, and it seems to, as it patinas, it turns lighter. This one's doing the opposite thing. It was lighter, and now it's starting to darken around the edges, and the leather itself in the middle is getting darker and scratched up. But I kind of like that. It's developing a nice patina. So if you're thinking about ordering the Camel, this is what it looks like after about 6 months of use. And it gets hard use too. I just throw this around. It gets stuffed into pockets and stuffed into bags. It's gotten rained on and it's gotten dropped on the pavement. It's had some fair use, I can tell you that. And the elastic is holding up a lot better than I thought it would. Still got a lot of stretch to it. I thought I would break that right off, but no, it's. I think I'll probably get a whole year out of it. It's not frayed or anything yet, and I overstuff it. Not as bad as I'll get out, but it's pretty well stuffed most of the time. And a lot of people will put a little charm there so that they can grab that easier. I don't have any fingernails, so, but if you just bend it, you can grab it. And we've covered this, receipts. We've covered this a lot in other videos. You can check out the playlist. But, you know, I've got this little wallet insert in here. So one side of this wallet has my concealed carry permit, my driver's license, and a couple of cards. And the other side is just a little zippered pocket or envelope where I can keep some cash, some stamps, things like that. And then I've attached my little straight edge here because I cannot draw a straight line to save my life. So there we go. That's the wallet, which I like in a lot of ways and I don't like in a lot of ways too. If you leave this laying somewhere, then you've left your wallet laying somewhere. And a couple of times I've left this laying at my desk at work and driven home and I don't have a wallet. I've left it at home and driven to work and I don't have a wallet. If you're a city dweller and you frequent bars or cafes or coffee shops and you leave this laying on a table or a bar, it may not be there when you get back. So there's that. But it is convenient just having all this wallet and EDC notebook all in one right here. So I like that part. And I also like having my spending log right next to my wallet. My spending log is right inside this cover. And in previous videos, we've made this pocket, which is handy for receipts. And then there's my spending log. And I've covered all this, of course, in other videos, but date, amount, store, description, and whether it was a need or a want. I'm still doing that, and it is still working well. Just keeping me on track. Bought some rabbit food yesterday. And bought some cigars earlier in the week. So, gas, dentist, a little food. And, you know, it just keeping track of my spending. Not a big deal. I like this pocket if you're standing at a gas pump or at a counter and you don't want to hold up the line. You can just stuff the receipt in there and then, or like I did, just shove them in there. And then you can, log it later. Next, I have my collection pages. I've shown these several times before, so I won't go into any great detail, but, reading list, cigars and pipe tobaccos, and I'm sticking the cigar band in there with a little glue, and that kind of decorates it. And that's as far as I go with decoration, is cigar bands. And it's a mixture of just cigars and pipe tobaccos, so not a lot of room in these little pages to make detailed notes, so that's why I'm moving to the larger notebook with my collection pages. I'm still going to keep this as my everyday carry notebook. I'm just moving my collection pages out. And the other one is spirits. Right now, I'm sampling different bourbons, and that's adding a little entertainment to my everyday carry notebook. Still going good. Collection pages are a cool thing. And then in the back is my future log. So this first notebook, as I've explained in a couple other videos, is semi-permanent. It's got the things that will live in here for probably a whole year. And that includes the index, my spending log. Right now, collection pages, those are going away, and a future log. So future log is events over the whole next year. And I have a distant future log in mind, things that are coming up years in advance, just so I don't forget it. And that's everything in this first notebook. And then in between, still using tons and tons of Post-it notes. I like my Post-it notes. And then in here is just my monthlies and dailies. I don't really do a weekly. I just do a monthly. And I really like my calendar spreads. I'm not really that crazy about the list view. I don't even think I'm going to keep that up anymore. I think I'm just going to do a calendar spread. I had COVID. And now I can remember, hey, that was the week I had COVID. Started this in December. So December? Yeah. Okay. So I started this in December of 2023. And so what is this? This is May, April. So December, January, February, March, April. 6 months. So I've gotten 6 months out of one little notebook. And I've still got probably another month or two left. These are 64 pages long. So I'm able to get 6 months in that little notebook. If you aren't counting my future log and my index, you can definitely do 6 months, or I can. I don't know if you can, but I can. I can do 6 months in that little bitty notebook. And this is the size of a passport. And I don't have to have, this cover and everything. I can just stick that in my pocket, just that. And that could be my bullet journal. And I've done that with, as you know, if you've watched my other videos, I've done that in a field notes, and I've done that in a moleskin and just slide it in my pocket. So I like having my everyday carry notebook as just a small little notebook like that. Really handy. Is this May? Yeah, this is May. So this is May. It's really messy, as per my usual. My bullet journals are messy, messy, messy. Yeah, that's okay. And that's it. I just do that and dailies. And this is the things that are kind of fixed in place, the things I can't move, my appointments, lodge night, court days, things like that, my on-call week, things that just are there, holidays, and I have to kind of schedule my life around. And this is more of like a to-do list every day. This is events and tasks that I need to get completed in a day. Not all of them. It's just the ones that I really, really need to stay focused on. And this is my just way of keeping my sanity in a chaotic world. I'm doing it in pencil. And if I make a mistake, well, you don't really make a mistake with pencils. You just make opportunities to erase. But occasionally I will forget or misplace my pencil, and I will use a fountain pen. This is Midori paper, and Midori paper is really nice paper. And see, you can tell this is with extra fine nib, and it didn't bleed through at all. So really good paper. So let's set up April. Okay, there's my calendar view for April. If you count over 5 dots across and 5 dots down, you can make 7 days and 5 weeks in one of these Midori Travelers Company passport size notebooks. And that is enough for me to write down my appointments, my really big major tasks that I need to focus on for a particular day, and nothing more. I'm using a very bare bones, very stripped down version of bullet journaling. If this is your first time joining and you don't know what bullet journaling is, it's just a method of keeping track of your tasks and events. And it was developed by writer Camel. If you want to know more, I suggest you go look at his website, Bullet Journaling, or read his book. Really good book on the subject. But it's really simple, and you get to tailor it the way you want it. Most people would say, well, why don't you just use, Midori makes a calendar, pocket calendar, why don't you just use that? Because I really enjoy doing this. it's very grounding for me. It's kind of an anxiety reliever to kind of map things out. These are the symbols that writer Carol uses. I believe these are all the same symbols that are in his original bullet journaling system. So I haven't changed anything. I've just pared it down just to work in a small space. And that's what I enjoy. And I can always have this with me. So there's my April. When I get back to work, I will pull up my Outlook's calendar and I will put my really important things in here. And then I'll just start with my dailies. Really, the dailies, that's where it all gets worked out. That's where the real benefit of bullet journaling comes into play for me. So that's what they look like. And it's just me going through my life, knocking things out or pushing things off for tomorrow, or migrating things back into the future log so I can do it maybe the next month or the month after. And that's it. And pretty simple, but very helpful. And it's a great way to manage an everyday carry notebook. A lot of people carry everyday carry notebooks, and I've just put mine to use in a very intensive way that helps me to relieve my anxiety and helps me to not forget tasks or events. I still forget tasks or events, but I don't forget nearly as many if I write them down. Okay, so join me in a couple of weeks and I will have the larger size of this Travelers Company notebook, and we'll set it up for the collection pages. Whiskey, pipe tobacco, cigars, and maybe a few other things. And I may start doing a whiskey review or cigar review every now and then. Not many, I'm not an expert, but I think it might be fun to do. And I appreciate everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I cannot believe how quickly it's grown in such a short amount of time. So I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.